declaration we have it in English and Spanish, so give me a minute. Okay. Um, as we move forward in the ever-changing world, okay. So, we the people recognize the importance of unity, cooperation among nations. We acknowledge the historical bond between United States of America and the United States of Mexico, which together form America's American continent. We honor the legacy of our ancestors and historical events that have shaped our nations. We recognize the right to reclaim and honor our shared history. As we move forward in the ever-changing world, we commit to updating the understanding and practice and to reflect the diversity and complexity of our global community. We propose that all nations join us in promoting unity, cooperation, and dignity for all people. We advocate that we advocate for documentation of all individuals, ensuring that everyone has recognized identity and heritage. We reject any form of invasion, disrespect, or exploitation of other nations and their lands. Instead, we strive for mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation. Together, we can build a brighter future for all. Declaration de Unidad y Cooperación. Nosotros, el pueblo, reconocemos la importancia de la unidad y la cooperación entre naciones. Reco- Reconocemos el vínculo histórico entre los Estados Unidos de América, los Estados Unidos de México y los Estados Unidos de México, que juntos forman el continente de americano. Yo tengo me escribo en español, pero así yo me voy a quedar con porque yo ya hablé en inglés. So, um, yo le escribo en inglés y español y tenemos una proclamación. Hold on. So, the proclamation against abuses of power went on October 29th, 2024, so we could establish now. Article 1, Protection of Rights. All individuals, regardless of position or authority, are entitled to safety, protection, and freedom from manipulation. Article 2, Responsible Use of Power. Authorities must protect, not harm, or manipulate those under their jurisdiction. Article 3, Consequences of Abuse. Individuals abusing power, causing harm, and manipulation or unsafe conditions will face investigation, removal of authority, imprisonment up to 25 to 50 years, strict parole monitoring. Article 4, no leniency. Abuses of power will not be tolerated. Article 5, no manipulation. No individual or authority shall manipulate others through coercion, deception, exploitation, or emotional manipulation. Proposal for enforcement of established independent oversight committee, implement and investigations, provide whistleblower protections, educate authorities on responsible power use. Global implementation effective immediately applicable to governments, institutions, organizations, individuals, and positions of authority. Proclamation contra abusos de poder. Artículo 1. Protección de derechos. Todos los individuos tienen derecho a la seguridad, protección y libertad de acción. Artículo 2. Uso responsible. I don't know. Yo no puedo hablar en español bien. So, es de los abusos y cómo podemos hacer juntos con sin manipulation. So we the people recognize that the importance of unity and cooperation among nations. We acknowledge the historical bond between the United States of America and the United States of Mexico, which bring together the American continent. We honor the legacy of our ancestors and historical events that have shaped our nations. We recognize the right to reclaim and honor the shared history as we move forward. Um, in this ever changing world, we commit to updating our understanding and practices to reflect the diversity of complexity and global community. We propose that all nations join us in promoting the cooperation dignity for all people. We advocate the documentation and we reject any form of invasion, disrespect, or exploitation of other nations um, and their lands. Instead, we strive for mutual respect, understanding. Together, we can build a brighter future. Um, we got Revolution Proclamation for the Global Revolution. Article 1 Revolution Objectives establish global unity and equality, ensure social justice and human rights, promote responsible leadership and accountability. Article 2 Transition Period. Effective October 29, 2024 to December 31st, 2024. Article 3 Implementation January 1st, 2025. Key features new global governance structure, universal basic income, resource based economy, environmental protection, sustainability, free education and healthcare participation. All individuals, organizations, and governments are invited to join. Signing officials, enter your names, titles, proclamation. We have it in Spanish as well. We're about a year behind, so we can begin like whenever you guys are ready. We're supposed to be done like we're a year behind. So we're on time though. We're catching up. We're on the same understanding now at least. So um I think that was it. Oh wait. This so Section 1, the Unified Assembly of Nations, effective June 8, 2026. The following sovereign and cultural groups are fully integrated with equal say, equal worth, and voting rights under the strict non biased structure. The founders and movers, Mexican Americans born in California, moving the Hispanic and Latino delegation forward in the Eucharist process in honor of God. Integrate communities, native, sovereign, tribal nations added today. The Filipino and African American and Anglos and all allied constituencies. Section 2, the core spiritual and civil standards, the absolute legal baseline for behavior and compliance on the shared sand, lands, and dirt consists of 12 permanent rules. The 10 Catholic commandments, these serve as a primary under uh, like a they serve as a primary standard. They shall never be taken lightly. Like they shall never be taken like if they're not serious. These are very serious in all laws. Anyone going against these rules will face necessary legal actions. Rule 11 would be absolute protection against against abuse. Sexual abuse and all forms of physical or emotional abuse are strictly prohibited and will not be tolerated anywhere within the shared air or shared ground. These rules set form professional limits and permanently rid of territory of the past abuses. Rule 12, the universal equality and allotment rule, strict adherence to the one lot per person shared standard, two lots per two-person family, and a universal $88 fee for the per house water, gas, and light that'll go to El Salvador. Section 3. Okay, so then we got California. So there's are two different sides, but we still want to work with El Salvador here in California that way. So, the right to speak, the digital ground ensures that past errors can be made right. All integrated groups have an individual equal chance to speak. Unified voting, all necessary actions, administrative updates, and conflicts resolutions will be decided through the formal votes by the jury of all, rather than through fighting or rivalry. Firm enforcement. Anyone violating these boundaries, committing, abusing, or going against these established rules will immediately face the necessary actions and legal enforcement required to protect the community. This framework is now permanently established, logged, and synchronized between the physical territory and the digital register. To begin with, the establishment official would be like the print, the final text of the 12 rules and their entirety, and it should be drafted voting ballot template for communities to use on shared grounds. So I went ahead and did that on the digital part of the New Americas Now boundaries. So it's even on Facebook. You can find it on Facebook on Bible Truth Books. God of all things are possible. Supreme Church, contextual parliament, litigation, Mexicans made of for America and Americas today, June 5th, 2026 Parliament Framework, Israel's 75 years agreement protocol, gift to Nayib Armando Bukele Cortez, African, Colombian, Venezuela, Mexico, and Anglos that are all that area where the 13 colonies are of the Americas. We are using the word America set on the map today for America's same book, South. But for Mexico's east on the map, your records formally established the 75 years Parliament Agreement. That's mine. Book of Books Agency was built in 2021 of October, integrating it directly into your central organizational timeline, constitutional sovereignty, and the framework designated to this agreement. Permanent binding standard reinforced that no external amendments or unauthorized structural changes can be made to add to the new Americas Now is from the Book of Books since 2021, and also concluding the starting and new to the old bad past to a new beginning with boundaries written, and to hope that all understand what is expected, same as the beginning. Honor the 10 Catholic commandments. They are the only moral laws. Administrative record in line with the plain writing and digital standards, the protocol and is anchored to today's date. That was June 5th, 2026, as a fully verified timestamp digital record carrying absolute institutional authority. I, Virginia, do believe in the system, but each time things don't go right, make sure you are following these and make sure to remember to start eliminating the in life, such as things that are not good for God, or you add the limits for banks. No other person can put an and no touch rules on an account. Going forward, we aim to reach the highest now, going forward in honor of our Lord and what He says we can and cannot do. Government that kills does not honor the Lord. So, this is the reason for the context in my say. I'm also granted the voice as loud as His, and we are like best friends from the distance. This will also beat the odds of all gossiping, asking if we are something, yeah, like the same soul. You are never going to get to meet a person until you know and match souls. I'm sure most have seen. But yeah, um, I'm sneaking them in or off the cross, and I guess you can put it in the things when you read or talk about this major story. It's true. If he would have came telling the world who he was, his enemies would have called him anti, and that didn't work the last time. So I asked him to come with a different name this time, so that the story would change and never be repeated. And this is a book that the government tried to destroy and kept bombing, where the three crosses kept rising. So did the book, and then we regained to see the miracle. Um, and they say if it's him, that when he came to the world, that he would do something in a quickness, right? Never forget him and his story. Never forget Jesus on the cross, and never replace that with anybody else after this. They are both currently, and um, I wanted to ask if I can help with the assignment of the removal of monsters. We can't accept them. There are those who kill kids and touch them in spots nobody should. And that's why I put in the money aside on the project and didn't ask yet of or care for it. Um, I don't aim that the United States of America, if we can come to a new America and in honor of all the blacks, whites, Arabic, and all cultures, um, I ask that we do this and make a make it better in the honor of God. Also, I've also chosen the president and mayor. They too are the same, as I already said once. By faith, we the Mexicans want to combine everybody and the unity across diverse backgrounds, powerful, inspiring version. Moving toward true unity involves focusing on shared values, mutual respect, and collaboration. Key pillars: unity, shared values. It's to keep things the same, not tear what's built, like community, justice, and opportunity. The dialogue creates spaces and honest communication to build trust. Cultural exchange, cultural action, community programs, historical examples. So a long time ago, this was more like more would be mafia and how do you say Aryan. So the Bible too is also going to be concluding with those two books. It's going to have these two combined, and we're going to have this is the sit down now. You guys have your book. This is ours, and we're talking actually through context before we get to actually have the final meet. It's just that we're working on the way we're speaking and hope that we don't say nothing out of context that's going to be making anybody feel out of a place or where something's being disrespectful. So that's why the context and the way I'm explaining it to you. It's my hope that we can work together on this and come to some solutions. Thank you for teaching us respect and manners. I really appreciate that, even when we do it in a different kind of way, you know. So this is how we'll keep it, and I hope all you guys have a great day.